Join. We are live. It's merger day.
What's up, everyone?
Live.
What
Day
up? What up?
zero.
What up? Yeah, day zero. My beep. Bruh. Bro, look, I knew I was gonna have okay, so I love podcasts. I love having the guests on. I love, talking to the nation. It's draining when you got to do like multiple podcasts a week because things are happening. But it's not every day we have a huge merger that changes the market,
No.
We're essentially temporarily going from 4 carriers to 3 because we don't know a thing about Dish. We don't know what's going on with Boost. I mean, if people have questions about Boost, I am so sorry. I don't have answers for you. Charlie Ergen is...
It's like they're off the grid.
Yeah, I look, I did a video last year. 5 reasons why Dish is going to fail. I'm starting to get comments on that video now. Like now it's getting traction. It's getting into the algorithm. I'm like, oh, now people care. I'm no prophet. I'm not like predicting what's going to happen, but I'm thinking to myself, it makes sense now that the merger is done. Now people are asking, oh crap, this thing is real. I just got notified that I'm like a T-Mobile customer now, or in the case of a Boost customer, now I'm a Dish customer or whatever, but I don't have answers from the Dish side. We do have answers from the T-Mobile side. We do have answers about the new T-Mobile. We know what's going on with the executives. We know what's going on with the network. We know what's going to be happening with plans. Things have been happening all week and even through last week. So from that part of things, we do have answers. And the birds are chirping over in Henderson.
Yes. Beautiful day.
Yeah. Let's say hello to everybody. We've got Stacey is here, as well as Cesar, Gene. Good to have you guys. Rafi, you guys made it over from the Patreon exclusive. It is good to have you here with us tonight, holding it down on both shows. Hey, thanks, Stacey. Appreciate you. Puggy, good to have you on. Glad you could be here tonight. Let's get to the rest of them. Omar is here. The iPhone SE2, I think they're going to be calling it the iPhone 9. So, but I'm pretty sure it's a launch day for the 15th of April and availability date a week after, so the 22nd. Gene with the super chat. Thanks, bro. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. That'll break the seal. First super chat of the night. Thank you so much. No question. In the place to be. Microphone check. 1, 2. What is this? Pete, what up? I don't know if Pete's joining us. We'll see. Maybe.
He better join.
He's kind of elusive. He's like a ninja, like a thief in the night. So freaking beyond ready for the new T-Mobile. All hands on deck, bro. People are thrilled. If you are just joining us, come on in. Do say hello to the SMT and the guests. To my right, that's this way. That's Carlos. And then down here is Caleb. And then
super chat, bro.
Right down there is Tim. I'm like trying to get my thing going on there. All right. We got another super chat.
Yes, sir.
All right. I'm catching up. Joshua, it is good to have you. Greg A is in the house. Good to have you as well. Billy is here. It is good to have you also. Ram finally made it. Was waiting on you, Ram. No shades for you today, though, Ram. I'm sure you're pretty disappointed by that whole thing. Yeah, you missed the Patreon one, Pete.
No shades.
Yeah. No shade today. Okay. Billy is here. Trill Boy Gaming is in the house. It's a great day at T-Mobile indeed. D-Gaff is here. We are here. And I guess we'll kind of treat this as a celebration of the new T-Mobile. There's some negative twists we can put to this. I don't know if we really want to focus on those things, but we'll try to focus on the positives for sure.
Double super chats.
Okay, I'm like way behind. I'm just noticing what the heck just it jumped down and okay, I gotta go fast. There's no other way. Okay, so DGAF, Matt Sullivan, also a Patreon member. It is good to have you on. DGAF, I got to you. Lorenzo is here. Kerwin is in the house. Maverick is here. Who else do we have? Godzilla Maniacs is in the house. Jarrett Topping is also here. John made it over from the other show. It is good to have you. Todd Burris is here, or Bures. I'm not sure. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. Bryce, maybe. What is Carlos doing? I think he's sitting down, maybe.
Enjoying the weather, the beautiful 80-degree weather.
Get in your house right now. What's up, Bob? What's going on, man? Jihad, what's up, Cuzzo? Paul is here. Scotty, good to have you on. Carlos is here. Yep, he's here. What's up? What's happening? Nimmer is in the house. Good to have you as well. Drunking? What is drunking? Is that the act of being drinking?
I think he is drinking.
You are drunking.
I'm not sure. That's not nice.
Mike, what up? Good to have you on, sir. Two Phone General is in the house. Gregory is here as well. Roy also here. Vincent made it tonight. Isaac JR. Yeah, congratulations on the merger. Captain MC7 with the super chat. Thank you so much. You said yesterday you hadn't commented or came on a live stream in a while, so it is good to have you. Glad you could be here a couple days in a row. Brandon is here. How soon do you think T-Mobile will shut down Sprint's 3G 1X? Caleb, that is your territory, my friend.
Well, the timelines always change with that. We need to make sure that we have a good, mature, integrated Sprint T-Mobile network. And then, when that timeline happens, we'll kind of fill everybody in and make sure everybody has a proper phone and stuff like that.
So stay posted kind of situation?
Yeah, stay posted kind of situation. Yeah.
And the way that markets get deployment of new upgrades is the same way they get decommissioned? Market by market basis, or are they large scale shutdowns?
It's a little bit more fluid than that, because the difference between when you're upgrading, you're always focused on like coverage and capacity, right? And it's kind of the same thing with the decom, but if you have like a lot of users in one market versus another market, you're always going to decom the market with the fewest users first. So it's kind of like a watch and monitor basis from a system performance perspective, down the line.
Good to know. Good perspective there. Brad B is here, now a T-Mobile employee. I'm guessing he was working for Sprint before.
Welcome to the family.
Welcome to the fam. Sean is here, happy for the merger from Texas. Low-key gonna miss Sprint. I was just talking to the boys about this. It is not the end for Sprint. Their legacy lives on in the network. I was saying it. There's not much else you could say. You've got 50 million customers migrating over to the T-Mobile family, as they say. But really, outside of the market share, it's the network, right? It's going to be 2.5, and it's going to be the PCS, the 1900. So, I mean, that matters. That's going to take potentially T-Mobile to new heights. They weren't going to be able to do it without them, and they knew it. Right, they were going to be having a hard time with C-band. They knew it. T-Mobile is going to have a hard time competing with Verizon when it comes to pockets. They've got huge money and they're ready to spend it. So I think they did the right thing. There was no way that Verizon was going to merge with Sprint. That wasn't going to happen. The T-Mobile Sprint thing works. I don't think the T-Mobile or the Sprint thing with Verizon or the Sprint thing with AT&T was going to happen. Mic check to my boys. Yeah. It just jumped. So annoying. Where did it go? Okay. Roman and the Prey, thank you for the super chat. Merry Christmas. Wow. A little early, but I'll take it.
Ho, ho, ho.
And then Carlos ups it because he wants to help me get my oil changes on the Volvo. So
the Volvo, bro.
I can get that $9.99 oil change, that special that they got, during the situation right now.
The Volvo, baby, got to do the burnouts.
Still rocking 200 megabits per second on the artist formerly known as Sprint. Nice. Humphreys is here. Michael Santangelo, can you explain how GSM CDMA doesn't matter with 5G? CDMA and GSM doesn't matter with LTE. So why would it start mattering?
Not again.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Lord, please give
10
us
by
faith.
10 by 10 by 15, 4-carrier ag V's with Verizon, 300 mega. That's really freaking fast. T-Mobile has many places here lower than 10. What net market are you in, Nimmer? I'm just curious. That is a ton of spectrum. He's connecting to, what is that, 45 megahertz? Yeah, he's cooking, bro. If you got 45 megahertz of anything, I mean, I think any network could probably get you at least 200 megs, especially if it's a lot of mid-band. Jarrett's here. Jim is here. Any news regarding Sprint MVNOs? T-Mobile's going to be honoring every MVNO agreement, so your service should be uninterrupted. SIM cards. Your MVNO should reach out to you should they need to do anything with you guys. Joshua, Bob, Tony, Phony, Baloney. Verizon wasn't worried about this T-Mobile merger. Wasn't. Probably true. DJ Gaten Tech is here. Colby says, how will Metro PCS customers be affected by the merger? I think they get a more capacitive network. I think their network access is going to change. Could you speak to that, Caleb?
Yeah, it's going to, they'll definitely get more coverage and capacity. They'll just be a little bit more prioritized, have a little bit less priority than the postpaid customers. But you'll still have access to, the great T-Mobile network, and that's what matters.
Tim, could you speak to that a little bit? Metro PCS customers?
As far as I know, they shouldn't be affected by it other than they're going to get a lot of coverage enhancements, a lot of enhanced capacity, and hopefully less deprioritization than what you guys experience now.
Hopefully.
And we should have nowhere near the congestion on the cell sites that we do now in certain markets.
We did the video when we were answering questions about phones. Metro PCS customers are typically a little bit more budget sensitive. They may be the customers that probably have more legacy tech. If they're looking to, improve their signal, get better speeds, it may be a situation where they need a Band 71 phone, but they may also need some Sprint access. I mean, do you think for sure that their phone has Band 41 if they bought a phone in the last 3 years?
I mean, if it's like a Samsung device or something like that, it should.
But Metro PCS has been known to sell like ZTE, Axon devices. I mean, they're running MediaTek processors. Who knows what the chipsets hold?
I would have to look at the modems and just see.
A lot of those are offered by Boost too. So I think if they're
the hardware might have it.
The hardware I think might be the same. I don't see why not, because a lot of those like ZTE phones and whatever the heck they're called, you'll see the same one under Boost, but for $10 cheaper.
Carlos, you're gonna like this one. This one's from Nimmer. T-Mobile needs help around the country. I'm excited how things progress, but they can't continue to do more of the same with their network build. Man, I feel like that's just an echo of you speaking in your hallway. You've kind of talked about that.
Hey, Nimmer, that's true. And another thing I was saying yesterday, guys, and we were talking we were all talking about it last night. They got us. People cannot be afraid if in the future the price goes up a little bit. They cannot, because remember, T-Mobile cannot be going in the negatives. They have to start making positives too.
But they can't go up according to the FCC, or I should say the DOJ agreement.
Bro, I know, but you know how it is, bro. Every company spends $10,000 an hour, bro, for a lawyer that finds loopholes 24/7, bro. And the loopholes are very, very easily. I know a way I can make that loophole go away.
I don't think it's about making the loophole go away. I'm thinking, how do they provide additional services to help them get more out of their customers if the customers want more?
This is what I think they would do. Like, let's say, like later on in the future, maybe it could be 6 months, maybe it could be a year from now, or maybe when the note comes out. I don't know. But maybe what they might say is, hey, yeah, you're going to have to switch to the newer price plan if you want to get the buy one, get one. But we'll give you 100 gigs of priority data before deprio. We'll give you 50 gigs of hotspot instead of right now that you're only at 20. You know,
So
stuff
that
like
would
that. They might
typically change your plan.
Yeah, like to get you to change your plan to get the buy one get one, but they'll bump up the perks. Like they'll give you a little bit of perks here just to make it look justifiable, but at the end it helps them earn more revenue to be able to make more integrations with that money.
I'm gonna say that's perfectly possible, and the network could handle it, right? Because of the synergies. Yeah. Tim, could you speak to that? I mean, possibilities. I mean, what do you think of that?
I mean, you got $26 billion in synergies coming just from the network side. So yeah, it should.
Yeah, it'll handle it.
These Sprint customers are still paying their bills. They're not just piggybacking for free on the network, right? So they're going to be generating revenue off this infusion of 48 million subscribers, you know?
Because I swore I heard like 100 times today. There's like $43 billion in total synergies between the two companies.
Mm-hmm. And that's the thing. Like people gotta know that eventually you're gonna have to pay just a little bit more. But remember, when you're paying a little bit more, it helps the company become a better company. You know?
Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah.
If you that $5, okay, let's say if it goes up $5 to be able to have, let's say it takes some 8 months to go in your city and blast it up with 5G N41 and make it great. It's worth the $5 extra a month to me. You know, like you got to look at it that way.
You know what, Lowe's, it might not even be as large a number as $5. It could be less, right? I mean, if you're talking 120 to 130 million subscribers, if you were to increase by a percentage, because you could frame it that way, right? You could say your bill may go up 2.3%. It's going to facilitate network build out, you know, next level 5G mid-band access. You know, this is where your fee is going to go. And then, bro, I'll tell you what, if my bill went up $5 and I've got 2 lines, right? So my bill went up from Tim, what's the fee for 2 lines on postpaid entry level?
Like auto pay 120.
So if my bill went to 125 and that $5 was literally for the network, like it was a network charge, like this money is facilitating a 5G rollout, I'm paying. I'm okay with that. I sign up for that because it's the sooner we get to that network access, you know.
Or what would be a good another thing to facilitate too is maybe they might low band 5G is included. Maybe they might do that, and if you want the premium 5G, which is the mid-band or millimeter wave version of it, it would be $10 per line per month, like how everybody else is doing. Maybe they might start doing that, and then if they do, it's not bad. Think about it. You pay an extra $10, you get an extra better 5G. It's not worth it, bro. It's worth it.
I will be at John's neck if that happens. Because he said he's not doing that. Like, hey, I said it in today's video. Part of what Mike Seaver asked to do is follow up on these promises. John put him in that position, right? John said this, that, and the third, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if they do, bro, I mean, I look at it like this, man. Yeah, they're still going to give 5G for free, but if you want low band, if you want the better stuff, if they charge a premium, as long as it ain't more than $10, bro, per line, because anything more than that is just junk.
At $10 per line increase, then you're getting to Verizon status.
Yeah, or maybe they might say $5. Maybe T-Mobile might be saying, okay, well, if you want access to our highest capacity 5G, which is our millimeter wave, $5.
$5 a line makes it more like a 7 or 8% price increase. That's a little steep.
But bro,
that's why I framed it as 2 lines, maybe $5. I mean, that's a little bit easier to swallow.
But let's say if they don't change their pricing, it stays the same. But they add the premium 5G access. Let's just say as an example. I don't think
a lot of people are going to be receptive of it, though, man. They're not going to like the sound of it.
I mean, bro, if you really are excited for it, I would pay it.
Me too. But Tim, who's paying? How many people are paying? Put a percentage on it. If you had the option, they're like, hey, we need some help. We need you to pay a little bit more. How many people are willing to pay it, or how many people are going to be pissed off? And,
I honestly think most would be okay with it.
Oh.
Especially if you're talking like let's say a 2% increase or something like that. I think everyone would be okay with it.
So why haven't they done it?
Because they were waiting for this mid-band.
So they couldn't justify it before.
Well, T-Mobile's always been offsetting value for network. Now it's going to be a balance of both worlds, value and network.
Mm-hmm.
Big shout out to Texas Marine. Thank you for your super chat. Got all the answers for you tonight. Absolutely. Gene with another super chat. Thanks, man. Appreciate you. No comments, no questions. He's just, throwing dollars. So we appreciate that. We're catching them. Hometown Custom PC. Good to have you, my friend. TimMan36, friend of the show, friend of the channel. He's been commenting and watching my videos for a while. Will HSPA Plus ever be shut down in the future too? I say sure. I mean, it's technically 3G. I think that's the generation tech. So sure. I think like how Caleb described it was pretty simple. They look at where it's present and it's not being used. When they're seeing there's nobody connecting to it, they're probably like, well, maybe let's just move this over to LTE or 5G or whatever else they could do with it. David P., what's up? I've lost faith in T-Mobile. Oh, God. Today's not the day for that, my friend. It is not that kind of day. No one's going to miss Sprint and their garbage network. I have to disagree. There are several people in this live stream right now that love the Sprint network, and there are some markets that perform very well. So, John, I'm guessing in your market it's not good, but I could tell you in the CLE, I have a newfound respect for what Sprint did in the last couple of years. I mean, they changed it completely. They had a huge, massive improvements. And
Sprint's good here too.
Yeah, I mean, it's they talk about the sustainability of the company. That was the problem. The network was getting better, so I don't know. It's almost like they ran out of time. I miss Nextel way more than Sprint. Walkie-talkie, everybody loves that. Will T-Mobile be the first network to cover West Virginia properly? Is that a thing? Like, is that like a known dead spot?
West Virginia is terrible for every single carrier. Not a single carrier has good coverage there. The mountains is just a geographical nightmare.
I can speak out to Rich's question, and I'm going to refer you, good sir, to the Chantel Investor Relations latest quarterly web presentation. If you watch that, and then go with option number 1, and you'll see the answer.
I mean, I hear people mention that company in my videos sometimes, and I'm like, what are they speaking to? I guess that's an operator that.
So back in the day, was when Sprint was first became a company back in the early 90s. Actually, so they depended on a number of affiliates to build out their network. They couldn't just do it alone. So these were actually like telephone companies and PCS companies to actually build out their towers and services. Now, if, for example, you may have heard of companies like Northern PCS or IPCS or Chantel or Swiftel, those companies like that. So there was about 10 affiliates, right? And when Sprint and Nextel merged way back in 2005, they bought all those affiliates. Now, all affiliate does is it uses the Sprint name, but uses the affiliate's infrastructure. So the affiliates, towers, stores, they're still Sprint branded, mind you, right? But all the revenue comes into the affiliate, right? So they had 10 affiliates. They bought 8 of them. And so there's only 2 affiliates left, Chantel and Swiftel. Maybe we'll know what comes of Chantel in about 60 days, right? Because that's public knowledge. Yeah. And then Swiftel, so Swiftel is in South Dakota, but they are a public utility of South Dakota. So T-Mobile cannot legally buy them. They have to, the city actually has to sell them the business. So they may, we'll see what happens there.
Those are complicated things because, like, the city of Green Bay owns the Packers, as a football team. So, like, you can't buy the Packers. they're not really
Right.
ever going to be for sale. So I think it's one of those situations, and that's
Yeah.
like in a place like South Dakota. That's why it's like that. You know, you wouldn't have
it's a very small footprint for Sprint in South Dakota, but they're gonna have to come up with something soon because if they don't, because if they don't, then
some form of a buyout or
something. Because if not, then they could, they'll either sue them for compliance, and if they sue them, they have a clause in the contract where they can buy them outright. If they sue them, that's part of the clause there. Now, if they work something out, they can work at it. There's a couple options, right? Just for that utility, they can sell it to them to T-Mobile, then the T-Mobile can buy them. The second option is they can pay for the upgrades themselves. T-Mobile they can pay the affiliate to upgrade their network, right? And the third option is they have to shut down. If they don't come into any agreement, then they have to shut down in that particular state area.
Operations there, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Big shout out to Roman and the Prey. Another super chat might get a Sprint forehead tattoo. These people got ideas, man. All right, Nimmer. So you're in the Bay Area. So I didn't know that Verizon was really good there. Verizon was very average.
Yeah, they are.
Verizon was very average in San Diego. When I was using it there, it was like 20, 30 megabits per second. It was okay. I never had issues, but I can't say it was super fast. Does anyone know how long the spectrum from T-Mobile and Sprint will merge as one? It's going to be an ongoing process. They're going to be doing things initially through a lot of software operations because nobody's really doing anything on site per se. It's really hard to put a time frame to these things. Your guys' questions are warranted and they're good questions. We just don't really have answers as of now. But I'll be doing videos. Caleb will be coming on, hanging out. We'll provide answers kind of as we go along.
Yeah.
Did I pick a theme song for the Sneedmobile? I don't know. I'll probably do like Knight Rider when I get in the Volvo, paint it black.
Get the red LED in the front, bro.
Yep. Yep. Call it the Volvizi.
The Volvizi.
Yeah, Mitro PCS needs the capacity, and their priority is lower, so they could definitely use it. Thanks, Glenn. Appreciate you. If you could say, other than Philly, which markets do you think are first to see changes quickly? Don't say anything if you should.
Yeah, we do have, we're planning it. I can just say we're making it happen. And as soon as we can release some information publicly, you'll know. I will say this: we're not sitting on our butts, okay? And we're actually working on it tonight, but we're not sitting on our butts. So nice. We're constantly doing work. All the engineers are doing work on a daily and nightly basis to bring this integration together. We are working hard. We are working fast. I barely get any sleep as it is. I'm sure Tim doesn't either.
If you could ever provide updates in describing the scale of what you're seeing nationwide, that would be awesome. You would never have to disclose markets specifically, but if there's a way to quantify it, that would be cool.
It's usually, nationwide it's going to be about, for the full nation, it's going to be, you'll see everybody about 3 years.
Okay.
That's what's on there. That's what's on the FAQ. So, for real, as I say, like bearing fruit and stuff, for customers to see that real difference, that real spectrum, the real speed, the real tower integration, the real coverage, about 3 years.
The one thing we can safely disclose is Band 41 5G. You're going to be seeing it rolled out very, very fast.
Nice. That's really exciting.
Yeah. It's accelerated build out.
So, Carlos, we were talking earlier about 5G phones. We can tell people to start buying these devices, these 865 chip phones, these 765 chip phones. We could say, buy the S20, buy the LG V60, buy the Google phone.
Oh, hold on. LG V60, bro. You're stepping on the territory right there. It's a very iffy phone right now. No, I'm being serious.
I know, but I'm just saying, if somebody
you're talking about the different variations of it.
Yeah, they have too many different variations right now.
By unlocked.
They're not selling one right now.
They're not selling one right now unlocked. It's either going to be
You got to pick
low
a carrier.
low band. It's going to be low band. Then they got a low band, mid band, and they got millimeter wave.
So if you buy it from LG, they still make you pick a carrier model.
So wait a minute. So on April 14th, they're not going to have an unlocked carrier model for you to buy on their website. Is that confirmed, or is
Moto
I haven't heard.
Moto did this
Everything
with the Z series. Remember, you had to pick a carrier. You had to pick AT&T or Verizon or T-Mobile.
Now, I saw confirmation.
That's Garbini, bro.
The
Good
Moto
Lord.
Edge. That one I did see that one's going to be a tri-band 5G phone.
Out the
Yes,
box,
sir.
right
Yeah.
away, boom, boom. All right, bro.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Caleb. Okay, bro. All right.
But
are we buying ours on the same day? Are we gonna do
only-
this, bro? Are we gonna live stream it?
Bro, the thing is that if you're going to buy a device right now, a 5G device, you want to buy a tri-band 5G and one that has 46 and 48 because those are going to play a part in this whole scenario.
Mhm.
CBRS and
If
the
you-
C-band, yeah.
If you don't buy one that's tri-band 5G and has 46 and 48, just forget it. Don't even bother. Just stick with what you got
So
and just wait it out.
low band, mid band, high band. That's what he means by tri-band.
And it's really weird because I don't like tri-band because it's not really tri-band. You know what I mean? Like if we're gonna be technical, it's
Multi-band.
sub-6. Yeah, it's
Multi-band.
it's sub 6 gigahertz and then it's millimeter wave, right? That's the
Basically.
yeah. I mean, but we do tri-band because that's how the carriers are selling it. They're saying we got low band 5G, right? We got mid band 5G. We got millimeter wave, which is ultra wide band, you know, and they get us with the vernacular. Big shout out to JK Video Stream. Awesome day. Seems like this took forever. 2 years actually, and two previously failed mergers with Sprint and T-Mobile where they were in talks and cahoots.
So I got some information that is public and relevant. That remember how the AT&T was going to buy T-Mobile.
Mhm.
So if that actually happened, if that did happen, Verizon was already preparing to buy Sprint.
So wait, what happened?
So remember back in, was it 2013, I think, whatever it was, that AT&T was going to buy T-Mobile. Remember that, how it got shot down by the DOJ?
2011, right.
Right. So if that did go through, Verizon, there was discussions Verizon was going to buy Sprint. That's the honest truth.
So we were going to have two carriers either way.
Mhm.
Yep.
I mean, I can't even imagine a world like that.
Well, here's the reason why that didn't happen. Dan Hspa, the great CEO that Sprint had, he actually testified. There was a video of him testifying in court against the merger. There's videos of him testifying in court against the proposed merger
Between Sprint and Verizon?
No, between AT&T and T-Mobile at the time.
But Hesse's testimony wasn't why the merger was blocked.
No, but it was a key indicator of why
Sure.
it was.
There was other testimony from AT&T executives
Right.
saying this merger will consolidate the market for us.
Oh,
And
yeah.
that's why, and that was specifically what AT&T was doing. AT&T played it off like we're going to have this great network now, right?
Yeah, right.
But their
But
network
Dan
wasn't really struggling. Their network was one of the better ones to choose from at the time. I know it was just 3G, really, but I mean, whatever.
Yeah, but Dan Hesse's testimony has really caught the ear of a lot of people, especially at the DOJ when he was doing it. So that's,
And they tried to pull that stuff this time around too. They brought what was it? What was his name?
It was the CWA.
No, it was something else too. Yeah, the Communication Workers of America.
Oh yeah, they're big.
They brought what's his name? The lawyer. God,
Gigi San.
Man, Gigi's an idiot, man. Get the hell out of here with that
Can't
Gigi.
stand her.
Bro, Gigi pretends like she's a T-Mobile customer, and she's like, "Oh, I'm a T-Mobile customer, and I don't want this." She's lying. You know she's a Verizon customer. She's lying.
Right.
What was the name of the lawyer, man? It was an Italian name.
Oh, I know who you're talking about, but I don't remember his name.
They brought him out. What was it? You said cannoli? Ravioli. Oh,
It was
thanks.
him.
Thanks, bro.
Him.
Low hanging fruit, bro. Low hanging ravioli, bro. All right. Ronald with the $5 super chat. Thank you so much. Deploy all the mid-band. All the mid-band. The AWS, the 2.5, all of it. I'm still surprised we haven't seen more AWS upgrades. I don't understand why that's not as important as Band 71, but that's just me. I feel like that should have been addressed already. Big shout out to Ron. I believe Ron is also a patron member, so thank you so much for that. Yeah, it is a good day to be hyped. Huge day if you are a T-Mobile fan or customer or employee or whatever. Yeah, it's a big time day. Let's go to a customary comment from Maverick. When are the software pushes going to be executed in order for customers to have the use of both networks via firmware PRL profile updates?
Soon. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, we can't really say the exact date.
Just soon.
Hang tight. I mean,
Just be patient. There's a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff that has to happen before everyone gets access.
Yeah, I mean, like I said before, I mean, we're all engineers working hard for you to do it. We know what needs to happen, so just
their engineering team right now is flat out getting hammered.
They need
I'm
steaks.
getting hammered right now.
They need to eat them steaks, bro.
Hey, these guys got dates. They're talking April 16th to 30th, so they already know apparently.
You, Ronald. You know what, Ronald?
I mean, we knew it was going to happen in April. I mean, we weren't. It's just, I mean, to give a precise date that's a tough thing to ask, you know.
He's trying. He wants to eat steak already, bro. He's tired of the ramen.
Hey, Ronald, do you want some raviolis, bruh?
Yeah, no raviolis for you, my dude. April 1st, 2020 to December 31st, 2020. It'll happen. Oh, man. Yeah, I'm excited, man. So you guys know I have no signal in my house. Well, I have signal. There's bars on my phone. Like the icons are there, but I don't have any type of usable access. So
you should get a booster.
It'll
Have
change.
you thought about getting a booster in the meantime or no?
if I could throw this booster at you through the screen, I would. All right, they sent me a booster. All right, and it didn't do anything except suck up electricity. All right.
Yeah, dude, you're in the null. You're in between lobes. You're right in the between the lobes. That's what I'm saying. But it's
right between the lobes.
Right between the main lobes of both sectors.
It didn't make a difference at all. It did nothing for me.
So I'm sure it didn't. Yeah.
I actually got
your network run is not. What's the point? You better.
So I actually got a detailed map from engineering at Sneed's location. He's not in between nodes. He doesn't even have a sector facing him.
Oh, it's that bad? Oh crap! No, that means for his particular serving cell. That means they got the azimuths all pointing in the opposite direction of his house.
So the cell site closest to him is a 3-sector site, and they are all 3 sectors are focused
Facing
on main
away.
roads.
Yeah, they're facing away from his house. That's the issue.
So
the
coverage he's getting is just luck.
Just luck.
That sucks. I don't know how to put it.
So they might make that a 4-carrier carrier site.
4th sector.
Yeah, 4th sector. I mean, sorry. Yeah, they might make a 4-sector site hopefully soon. So we'll see.
But the Sprint tower here, wherever it's located, I think it seems like it's about just under a mile away. I'm doing 100 meg speed in the house. I mean, I don't care how I get access. I mean, makes no difference to me.
They're either gonna. I mean, like I said, they're gonna make that a 4th sector site, or that Sprint tower that's actually covering you now. They're gonna add T-Mobile onto that. And the reason why I say that is because they need to have that coverage. They know where that missing coverage is on their ATEL projections, like that map that Tim's talking about. So they already know where they're having a little bit of space when they don't have coverage. So I'm willing to bet you anything that they're going to add T-Mobile onto that Sprint tower to get you coverage out there, especially at the other tower that's serving you, especially those other sectors are facing away from you based on the azimuth.
Right.
So here's the thing, and I'll tell you why they do this way. They have to cover the main areas, the main roads first. Why? Because if somebody gets in a traffic accident and whatever, and if they don't have coverage, boomity boom boom, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
yeah, that's 100% true. And actually, from what I've seen, and I'm not going to tell you,
highways always first. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm not going to tell you where I saw it. I'm not going to say anything about it. I just know that the way that they show, these are, like reps in stores might even share this with people sometimes. They show them what type of coverage that carrier would have. So, and they can even see, from what I understand, other carriers. So they'll see what Verizon has to offer in an area. They'll see what AT&T has to offer, and they'll look and say, well, if you're in a car and you're moving around in the streets in that area, you're good.
Right.
Exactly. You're going to have trouble indoors because the signal strength or, the speeds will be, a little bit slower. So, and you know what? I respect that, because what that does is it tells people, look, here's what your expectation needs to be for now. We'll give you updates on upgrades and things like that. So,
I mean, maybe Timmy can reach out to them saying, "Hey, just make it a 4-sector site." That's your best bet.
That'd be awesome. I mean,
they're looking into it now. The local engineering in his area is going to be going around and doing some testing.
All right, we're continuing to get the same question.
Drive testing.
Maybe people are just coming in now. Cesar, thank you for the super chat. When will we get updated for phones Sprint to T-Mobile network, and when will we be able to get low band on the Samsung S20 Ultra 5G? So low band access. So are you?
So if you're on the Sprint version, it's supposed to be coming in the April update.
By the end of the month?
Whenever Samsung releases it.
Okay, so it's a Samsung thing. Got you. Okay. That's the problem with the updates when it's carrier and manufacturer. Go ahead, Carlos.
Thanks, Ron.
No, that part is manufacturer-based, that update.
Thanks, Ron. Yeah, what was Ron's dates again? Let's see.
He estimated the 16th through the 30th.
I'll say this: if T-Mobile gets their situation straightened out, head back to them. There's a lot of value there. There's a lot to offer. Sure. Totally agree. Never fixed the tower that was mentioned more than 10 times. The engineers are working on said tower. Yeah, it doesn't always work out as planned. Oh man, another one. When will Sprint customer accounts transfer to the new T-Mobile? Cesar with another super chat.
Stand by on that one.
Soon. I feel like that's got to be something that's got to be done quickly.
It's not going to be done as quick as you think, but it's going to happen by the end of the year.
Oh, so they're going to continue to operate their systems then?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
It's not going to be an instant transition over.
Wow. Compatibilities and stuff?
I will say that it was on the message for the FAQs for T-Mobile. Existing Sprint customers need to contact Sprint customer care as well as go to the Sprint stores for any service needs. Don't try to go to like a T-Mobile or whatever, because they won't be able to help you.
Yeah, we can't service you yet.
I was going to say, I'm going in there with my Sprint t-shirt. Like, what's up, man? Let me get a free phone. I'm a new customer. Let me on, man. Yeah, let me get to McLaren 5G. John is a monthly update. Where are we at here? I was right. April to December. You were right, John. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Will Sprint plans change or stay the same? What's your tentative expectations, Tim?
As of right now, stay the same.
Could you see a point where they're getting notified from T-Mobile like, hey, it's December 2020. We're trying to move you to something similar. Can that happen?
I'm not going to say it's not out of the question, but I can't really go into detail on that.
Okay. I feel like I could see it happening by the end of the year. At some point, they're going to want to mainstream those plans. You're going to have too many things going on. You've got what is it? There's 3 different versions of the Sprint Kickstart. There's a free one, there's a 25, and there's a 35. So there's 3 right there for Kickstart. And then there's all these other plans that they have, legacy plans. Then they've got, I think, 2 main unlimited plans. Carlos, they have 2 main unlimiteds, like a premium and a regular one.
Sprint has just like Verizon, has 3 tiers.
Oh, so
has
they got
the
three.
basic, middle, premium.
So they've got 3 versions of Kickstart, 3 versions of the.
Oh no, not Kickstart. Kickstart is just oh yeah, because of the first gen, second gen, and then the recent revised one. They got that. Then they got the basic unlimited, which is deprio at any time. Then they got the second one, which is at 50 gigs. Then you're subject to deprio with 30 gigs of hotspot, and then they have the 100, the one where you're 100 gig deprio, 100 gig hotspot.
Right. Let me say something here. So I mean, it's for customers that are planning on buying maybe either a mid 5G phone or maybe a high end 5G phone from T-Mobile. You want to be on the new T-Mobile plan. Reason being, you don't want to be in an old Sprint plan that's subject to like deprioritization or something like that, or not that great as far as from a capacity standpoint goes, because the new plans are actually specifically provisioned for those new phones.
Mm-hmm.
But they may like their pricing and try to just squeeze out that last little bit of juice.
T-Mobile offers competitive pricing with every single.
I agree. I say it's competitive too. I don't think it's look,
best value in wireless.
If what's the entry? All right, Tim, what's the entry level for unlimited on postpaid?
The entry level would be the essentials plan. You can do 2 lines for $90. Taxes and fees are excluded.
So you're did 100.
If you here you're looking about $3 a line in taxes, so it's not that bad. So 2 lines with taxes, $97 a month. 4 lines will be $125, and then you add tax, buffer a little bit, say $135. Call it a day.
$135 for 4 lines.
And that gives you unlimited talk and text and unlimited data.
And most of those kickstarts are at 25, Carlos, or 35?
Some are 9. There was the first version was $19. Second version is 25. Third version is 35. But then Best Buy has still a third version that they give it for 25. You buy it through Best Buy on the Kickstarter.
Those guys are whoever's connected to that plan has. It's super entry level. It's always subjected to deprio. It's 480p video res. It's a 0.5 meg for music. It's, I think, a 0.5 meg for gaming. It's got like really, really tight restrictions for network access. I almost say like, who cares if you end up having to pay? I don't know what is it? An extra $10 a line?
Works pretty good, bro. Actually works pretty good because with Sprint, how where they're really going to deprio, bro. There's really nobody on the network, so it actually works pretty decent.
Yeah, I think like once these 5G networks get built out, and I'm talking about like for all the carriers, they're not going to have deprio on any line. That's going to be a thing of the past.
I was going to say deprio should not be a thing when you could possibly connect to 300 to 500 megahertz of spectrum.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you.
How could that exist? Like, why would there be a 720p or a 480p cap? That I think just fundamentally it seems flawed.
Especially on like home-based broadband. I hope that's not going to be the case.
Oh, there's no way. If you told somebody you have any type of restriction for a home-based connection, you're questioning whether or not it's even worth it. You tell people you get a terabyte, and they're like, "Why? Yeah. Why am I being restricted to a terabyte?"
Yeah,
that 1024 gigs, right? Okay, so we answered some questions there. You get what you pay for. I totally agree. In most cases, it's very true. I think I caught up with the super chats. All right, good. Maverick says, I have 1 line on premium, 3 lines on plus, 1 line on basic. So, Carlos, what do you think his bill is?
Let's see here. I have 1 line on premium, 3 lines on plus, 1 on basic. I say 120 because he probably has that plan to get 2 lines and have the 3 free. 3, 4, 5. So I say like 120, 130.
They did a 3 lines for free special?
Yeah. Yep. Yes, sir. It was get two, you get three.
You get three,
on the
third, fourth,
house,
and fifth
baby.
free.
Sneak peek at my next video, I was telling the patrons this, is going to be the reasons why Sprint failed. We're gonna
And this all, and a lot of these third, fourth, and fifth line deals where Sprint didn't disclose that deal is only for 12 months. Guess who gets to deal with it?
So after that year,
You start paying for those lines that were quote unquote free.
so they expire after a year, and then they jump to whatever the current price,
Normal full pricing.
which could be 50, 60.
Bro, I gotta answer. I gotta put this question out here, bro, because it's being brought up on the live chat a lot about updating on the
The PRL thing I keep seeing.
Okay, so basically, guys, this is how this works, man. Okay, iPhone, perfect example. Out of nowhere, either when you reboot your phone, it will automatically update. If not, let's say while you're still using your phone and you haven't rebooted it, let's say for like 2 weeks, a thing will pop up saying carrier update. Do you want to update your carrier settings? You hit update or cancel. That's one. On Android, it's easy, bro. It automatically updates. Like every hour, the PRL will update. But sometimes you have to go in there manually and do it. If you have an older, like S9 and older, you go into to settings, to about, and then you go to software update, then you go to update profile or update PRL, and that's it.
That's only on the Sprint side. The T-Mobile side, it'll just auto refresh.
Or you do pound update pound. There you go, done.
I'm gonna pull a South Park and be like, just wait till your phone tells you what to do, okay?
And if you're on eSIMs auto update their profiles.
Yep, auto update like every couple hours.
eSIM's the way to go. It's more secure, and it's going to work a lot better for everybody. eSIM's where it's at, and all the carriers, to be honest with you, are going to actually transition to eSIMs. Like the physical SIMs will eventually be a thing of the past. The phones, I've seen a couple phones come out, not USA, but international based. They actually have two eSIM profiles and stuff like that. So which is pretty cool.
I saw another one today where eSIMs are going to start coming with memory cards.
Explain the idea behind that.
For customer data?
I'm not 100% sure. I haven't fully read the article, but I saw eSIMs coming with actual built-in storage with the eSIM profile.
So what's it storing?
I don't know. It's the first I've seen of it or even heard of it.
Did you see any type of specification as to the size of the storage?
Mm-mm.
Can you send me that article? I kind of want to look at that and see what's about.
Yeah, I can send it to you.
Thanks. I like eSIM. It's nice.
Yeah, I like the concept of eSIM. I really do. I like dual SIM phones, and I like eSIM. Actual SIM combos. Physical SIM.
The only thing they need to work on is if they are going to try to go into more of an eSIM style technology, like fully implement it. What they need to do is make it work to where you can.
Hold the phone, bro. I know what this is for. So basically, this is actually really cool. What you're going to be able to do, I'm not 100% sure, but I think what this is for actually. Let's say you have like AT&T and T-Mobile in the USA. Let's say you travel to like Germany, right? You're going to be able to hold you're going to be able to store eSIM information in that. So when you go across, to Germany or Italy, that's automatically you'll be good to go automatic with your eSIM. You won't have to do anything. That's going to store. It's basically eSIM storage profiles, pretty much. That's what I think it's going to be.
The Google phones now, you can store up to 8 profiles on one eSIM.
Right, exactly. And that's exactly what it is. So with the memory, they need more memory because to store more eSIM profiles. Think about it. And this makes sense also because of the, like, for example, the X61 that's coming out next year. And even the X55, these are universal, worldwide 5G multi-band, multi-mode, 5G multi-mode modems.
Oh, so that's why they'll be going good for Google Feye multi-mode, right?
Exactly. Well, this is not just, it's Samsung and, the Moto phones, those have that too. But anything with like the 865 chipset and 865 modem, and then going in the future. So all the frequency bands in that modem will support throughout the world. And it just makes sense to have, especially of all the carriers, especially international, moving eSIM, you need some memory storage on your eSIM to actually, travel if you're traveling back and forth. And that's why I think they're doing it.
Let me get to these two super chats. Big shout out to MS. Thank you for the super chat donation. Congrats to T-Mobile and the American public. I do agree. I think congratulations are in order for that. Michael, aka Bed-Stuy's Finest, with the super chat. This will be a great benefit to Sprint customers. I totally agree. I think their coverage expands, and I think T-Mobile's capacity improves tremendously. So I think it's a win on both sides. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. John's gone, bro. John's gone.
Yeah, I'm gonna miss him.
Long hair, don't care, bro. He is gone. All right.
Bye. No more slow cooker Sundays.
No slow cooker Sundays. No more Dumb and Dumber. Mike's not going to do that stuff, bro. It's unnatural for him. He ain't going to do it. All right. So we got John's going. He's hanging around with the company, but he's not going to be out there. There's just no way. It would make no sense. Why would John continue to be bouncing around and, on pink Segwags and, slow cookers and all? It just didn't make sense. Mike Sievert comes in here. I like Mike. He's like I've described him before. He's the guy handing out books at Christmas. This is going to change your life here. He's going to be that guy. I'm telling you, Sam, it's going to happen. Read this book. Right?
Oh God, it's so funny.
But he's brilliant because he's been the mastermind behind the Uncarrier moves, and they've groomed him to understand the business the way they want it. This is Deutsche Telekom saying, hey, you've been there the whole time with John. You've been a part of the growth, the organic ascension of the company. There was no other place to look except Mike. It made total sense. He appears to be a little more corporate, a little bit, right? I like him for the new T-Mobile. I think he's better for the new T-Mobile than John would be for the new T-Mobile. John was good for what they needed him to do at the time. He kicked butt for the last 7-8 years. He's not my cup of tea personally. If there was somebody in a room with me that acted legitimately like that's really him, if somebody acted like, I'd get sick of that really quick, bro. I'd be like, the frozen water balloons might come out. Be like, bro, you got to chill. Like, what is wrong with you? Right. But, that was his MO. It was stir the pot. It was, let's attract attention. Let's get people looking at our company. Maybe our network isn't the greatest internally. Maybe these were things they were saying and knowing, but to heck with it. Let's get them looking at our company. Let's outsell them. Let's give people more value. Let's bring Netflix, binge on us. Let's give them music. Let's give them this, that, and the third. Let's T-Mobile Tuesdays. We're going to put our branding everywhere. And we're going to get every single disgruntled Verizon and AT&T customer. We're going to take all of them. And we're going to dog AT&T and Verizon. And we're going to advertise that. And we're going to make it part of our persona. But how long can you do that for, right? It got to the point, well, now, you want to stomp with the big dogs. I don't think you could do that with a guy like John, who now has what I call the Al Bundy effect. Al Bundy, married with children, freaking hilarious. The dude it was so funny, him and Peggy and the kids and all that. But now every time you see Al Bundy on a different movie in a different role, you start laughing. You're like, oh, it's Al Bundy. But Ed O'Neill might have a serious role in another movie. He's not Al Bundy in that movie. So that's why I think the transition to Mike Sievert makes total sense. I have faith in the business sense. One of the things, and I was telling you, Tim, earlier, a guy was commenting in my in one of my videos. He says I'm completely wrong about this. He says, Mike's going to continue to do all the Uncarrier stuff. It's not going to get more corporate. I don't understand how it does.
There's going to be a lot more of a balance. Mike is definitely more of a 50-50 guy.
So he's a Libra?
There's still going to be uncarrier moves, but it's just
carrier
going to be...
moves aren't going to, go away. But the trash talk, I think, is.
Oh, look, I brought Pete on. I started talking.
Hey, Pete.
Like, I'm getting
What's up, Pete?
Doing well. Doing well.
But I think it's
Did it mess
overall.
up my mic?
You there?
What up?
There we go. It doesn't
But
like
overall-
my mic.
Ricky says, I think you
Hey,
should
Rick.
slow cooker Sunday
No,
streams.
no.
Hey,
Yes.
Sneed and I
No.
do slow cooker Sunday.
Okay, we're gonna watch Pete and Sneed do the Pam shuffle in front of everyone.
I don't want to do that, bro.
Yeah.
I'll do I got a couple of good moves, bro. I got a pretty mean two-step. I don't know about any shuffles, though.
Get on that T-Mobile apron, bruh.
In the big hat.
Yeah.
Carlos burned mine. I don't have it anymore.
I don't do fancy cooking stuff, but it tastes good.
I got an apron we're going to burn.
The S8 does not have band 71. The S8 Active does.
Jeez. That's a little confusing.
S7 plus 1 is 8. I thought the S8 had band 71.
Nope. The Active did. The Active was the first Samsung phone that did have 71.
And the Active came out much later in the year, didn't it?
Correct.
It came out around the time of the Note 9.
Mm-hmm.
That makes total sense.
I want to say one thing, by the way. Caleb looks like he needs clear eyes.
What are you talking about, man? All right.
Caleb needs the shades, the pink shades. You guys
Dude,
use them.
well, I mean, you have to understand, like, I've been working my butt off. Like,
Bro,
Hey,
this
I
guy
know.
is single-handedly integrating the networks. Leave him alone, Pete.
I'm putting on my freaking T-Mobile shades. Jerks.
But back to what I was saying,
gonna
Seabird, I
get
think, is
some of
going to be
those
really
shades.
good for T-Mobile moving forward. I think it's going to be a good balance. The carrier moves are going to stay. The customer value is going to stay. And the network is going to be much, much improved over what it is now.
And Caleb's going to do a lot of the heavy lifting.
Caleb is going to be a zombie for the next 18 to 24 months with no breaks, no PTO.
Are you happy now?
No
Everybody
pizza
happy?
party, bro. No pizza party.
So
Y'all
that means
happy?
we're going to have to Grubhub him stuff.
Just get us the address wherever you're at, man. We'll get the grub.
No, I'm fine, guys. Believe me, dude. It's.
Not the point.
I appreciate it. I do. It's just
a thank you gift.
no. I appreciate it. I mean, it's not just me.
You can share with your team.
Exactly. No, my colleagues, my coworkers. Not just. Let me say this. Let me be really clear here. It's not just engineering. It's the call center employees. It's the retail store employees. It's everybody on the team that, customer care. We're all in this together. And
It's a very, very large transition, and everyone's going to be a little tired.
yeah, believe me, I'm not the only one that's not getting, much sleep, so.
I had a great customer care transaction today, and I'm still shocked Carlos always has a bad time with T-Mobile customer care.
His last few times
that
was pretty bad.
That business care, man.
Yeah, I called up. I'm like, so I ordered a SIM card Saturday. Where's my shipping info? She's like, let me check it for you. Should show up Saturday. Followed by, that seems a little long for a SIM card. I'm sending you a second one free overnight.
I think they see a picture of you with the beard and all that, bearded glory, and they're just like, we got to send this guy this thing's quicker. 1+8 is going to have it all. You shouldn't have any issues with any connections there.
Hey, I
think
offered
a lot of the call centers over the seas, bro. That's the problem lately. I don't know why. I'm not getting my New Mexico call center. That was awesome.
Hey, I call at 1 p.m. every day.
Bro, it doesn't matter what time I call. I don't get my New Mexico or my North Carolina call center no more.
So you like that back then, right? You were getting good service with those centers.
Yeah.
Are you talking about T-Mobile?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But hold on. Are you still getting your team of experts though, or no?
Huh?
Are you still getting the team of experts or no?
I get my team of experts, India, Philippines, whichever one. I get those, yeah.
I was told between 8 and 5, I call it 1 every time, and I'm in the U.S.
I think the 1+8 situation, I'm hearing the Pro could be exclusive to Verizon. I don't know how true that is. I hope not. I'd like to see the options for every carrier. So 1+8, 1+8 Pro, it will not be exclusive to T-Mobile. 100% positive of that. It'll be at Verizon. It'll be at AT&T. They'll all be carrying it. I'm getting India all the time now from Bob. All right.
Because I was going to say on our side, the main call centers are here, or there's one in South Carolina and there's another one in Tennessee. Those are the two I get all the time.
You know where I have the best experience is through iMessage. That's the one where they actually, it's like 5 minutes in, out, done.
iMessage?
Yeah, through iMessage.
Yeah, T-Mobile has that option now. You can actually iMessage customer care.
I do the 611 press 0 on 5 minutes. And thanks for waiting.
What is so special about iMessage customer care? What are they doing on iMessage?
Because it's USA based, bro. It actually is. Because on that one, bro, I told them about like, hey, I don't think it's right that I'm getting charged this when the other carriers are not charging they're not charging SIM card fees, they're not charging activation fees for the thing that's going on. And then they said, okay, they're like, yeah, that's right, you are right. And then automatically she's like, okay, how much did you pay? I was like, this. She was like, okay, I credited that plus I gave you an extra 30. I was like, all right, cool, thank you.
I'm like that with the over the phone treatment.
Ricky, I'm pretty sure OnePlus had
the weird flag.
OnePlus actually had the 7T McLaren edition. That one was 5G, and so was the 7 Pro with Sprint. So, not that I'm trying to prove you wrong. I know that those two phones, one being with Sprint, the other with T-Mobile, were both their 5G phones. So, but the one you're describing, having the 865 chip, does kind of future-proof you in respect to the NSA and the SA. So, I'm all about the standalone life. I'm all about multi-band support. That's where I'm at too. So I could not recommend somebody to retroactively go and purchase last year's 5G devices. It makes no sense to do so, at least from a radio standpoint.
And actually, based on your market, it makes no sense to buy this year's 5G device.
When are they going to start turning on mid-band and stuff? Are they going to do that by the end of the year with DSS for Verizon?
With AT&T? I don't know, but I'm going to start hyping up 5G phones in 2021.
The X55 does DSS on all carriers.
Right, and but my question is, when do the carriers start using it? Like Verizon says they're ready to go, so do they start in June? Do they start in July? Once I see it, I'll buy the phone.
When Hans Vesterberg gets off the toilet.
Hans Vesterberg.
Vesterberg. Sorry.
So Sneed, last time I was modding, I mentioned, should I be buying 3 Pixel 5s? Like throwing it on my Google store order for you?
I gotta see the cost, man. If the cost is there, I think I want it. Look. All right, Caleb, listen to me, man. I know it's going to have the 765. If it comes in at $699, I like it.
Oh, yeah.
If it comes in at $799, I like it a whole lot less.
But if it comes at $650, if it comes at like $750, $799, $749.95, I might.
and then I also have to figure out, well, what's the XL price? Because the last time the XL was $150 more than the regular one.
I hope all your Pixel 5s just break on you.
Yeah,
this was $100 more than the other one.
Okay, so
Caleb is right on the Pixel 5s, though. It may not support all the spectrum that's going to be available. However, with what that Pixel 5 will connect to, it'll connect to better than any other OEM equivalent, other than maybe the Moto Edge.
But you may not have. We're not going to have a Google option of an 865 this year.
Well,
I keep seeing rumors back and forth that there may be that Google might use the 865. I keep seeing it back and forth on my phone.
No.
Are you guys aware of what the companies do around this time of the year? If you look at the numbers, they dropped that phone in October. Well, that's 6 months away. They may be putting out feelers and gauging the public interest in a 765 or an 865.
Yeah, the reason why they're doing the 765 is because think about how much their Pixel 4 sales were. They're like nothing. They're not going to make a high-end phone, man. That's exactly why they're not doing it.
The phone was ugly, and it had limited storage, and it had a crap battery.
All right, I know that, but what I'm trying to say is, if you make a crap phone, it never really goes like, I make a crap phone and then I'm going to make a high-end phone. It's not like that. It's either like with Samsung, it's always high-end phone, high-end phone, high-end phone. It never goes to like crappy phone and then high-end phone. It goes from crappy phone to crappy phone.
Hey,
or crappy phone to mid phone.
Those Note 7s that had that airplane issue? That was a bad phone.
Right, or like a battery exploding Note. Who knows? But you get my point, though. It's all based on market.
3 years, you're gonna find that type of phone available on Dish, aka Fire Mobile.
No, maybe. Why not?
Yeah, I don't know. I got to see the pricing. I want a Google phone again. I really do enjoy the software experience. I really do enjoy. The still photography was awesome.
I'll give you my Pixel 3 if you don't buy the Pixel 5. Save you money.
By the way, Google's getting ready to release the 4A at any time.
I'm not interested in the 4A.
That means they're ready until the situation.
Because Google pulled the 3 and 3XL. You can't buy it anymore.
Right, exactly.
Yep.
Oh, and they're probably priced around the same thing?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, they are.
That was an alley-oop slam dunk for customers to realize, huh?
Honestly, bro, if I had a Google phone right now in my hand, I will show you what I think of it right now.
No, you can't break a Google phone.
He can. He can. No, he can.
He can, but I'm saying don't.
I would, bro, just because I don't know why they've degraded themselves throughout the time, bro. Like hardware-wise. Software-wise is still good, but hardware-wise, man.
Speaking of which, for pricing for Moto Edge, I got that if you want it. It's the Moto Edge regular is $799 and the XL is $899.
What's the difference in the battery and the display resolution?
Yeah, right.
Do you know what they are? The differences?
I don't have that page pulled up, but it's on the internet.
Do you think they're the same, or do you think there's a noticeable, because what I want to know is, Google always did that. The smaller phone had a 1080p, the larger phone had quad HD. The smaller phone always had,
it's noticeable. I mean, Carlos, if or anybody on this stream, if you pull up the specs for both, you can tell it. But
what's it called? The
Motorola Edge, and then the Motorola Edge Plus.
Okay, let's see if this.
Here's the thing. The regular Edge. The regular Edge only has the 765 and the X52 modem. I think.
Bro, you know when Google used to be with Moto, bro. Like I love my Nexus 6, bro. I remember when I got that.
Oh, dude, I love my Nexus 6.
That thing was amazing, bro. It was a solid phone.
All right, guys.
Specs, big battery.
Here's the specs on the Motorola Edge.
Man,
it is going to be single SIM or hybrid dual SIM. Nano SIM, dual standby, Super AMOLED display, 6.7 inch, 90 hertz. It's going full HD. It's not going quad HD. Qualcomm SM8250, Snapdragon 865, Adreno 650 GPU.
You're reading the plus.
This is the plus.
Yes.
This is 256 storage with expandable memory, 12 gig RAM. Quad camera setup. It's going to be selfie cameras 1080p at 30 frames per second. Main camera is going to do quad HD at 30 frames per second and full HD at 60 frames per second. It's not a very powerful camera. It's got 4 cameras, but the video's not amazing. So you probably have to temper your expectations for the camera. 5,200 milliamp hour battery. I don't think these specs are right. That doesn't seem. Why would they have such low end camera and then fast charging 15 watt? No way. It's going to be at least 25 watt. No freaking way.
If you can go to like another site and verify, I know some sites are. I don't have my laptop with me right now, but
let's go to Tom's Guide. Tom's Guide is usually pretty good. Nope, no specs. Wow. Okay, so what the heck, man? People say they have the phone on hand already. Is that possible?
I don't think so. Go to Android. I think Android. What is it? What's that one Android site that everybody loves? Android Guide. Yes, Android Authority. I know they have it listed there.
Are those official specs that they have?
Yeah.
Honestly, bro, I really wish Google phones are still made by Motorola, bro. Straight up.
Yeah,
I hate the fact that they got sent to HTC, bro.
Right.
They're pricing it between $700 and $900.
Right, like I said, yeah, about $899.
I mean, it's not going to have the camera tech and performance that you're going to get at S20, or probably even a OnePlus. I think a OnePlus 8 is probably a better phone, man. This one might have a bigger battery, though. What I understand.
It does, yeah.
All right. Well, the LG's got a 5,000 milliamp hour battery too. If it was, I guess, if the connections were a little bit more free, I think I'd be going that way.
Hey,
all right, which would you?
I'm gonna pick up an LG G60 and I'm gonna try to do stuff with the firmware, and I'm gonna see if this is firmware based.
So that way you can free up all the connections.
Mm-hmm. And if it is, bro, then it'll be an easy fix for somebody like people like us that want the liberty of having it all.
Ricky posted the NR bands that these phones are going to have.
So I keep on hearing with the Android 11 that they're keeping the bootloaders completely locked. That shit's gonna be like you won't be able to unlock it, bro. You're gonna be screwed. Just letting you know.
Hey, that's why they have a 30. AT&T has a 30-day return policy on business accounts.
Right.
No refund.
But Sneed, which one would you go with for a camera creator type perspective? A 8 Plus Pro or OnePlus 8 Pro or a Motorola Edge Plus?
If I can get the Gcam on the Motorola, the actual app, I think I could do with both. I don't.
Well, I'm sure you can. You can sideload it, bro. You can sideload it.
Dude, I put it on the Ultra, bro. I'm running.
Yeah,
you can. On the Ultra.
Yeah, you can put that on any Android phone. You can sideload it, bro.
But here's the thing. I actually don't like Google's video. I like Google's still photography. But I know that Motorola's photography and video is suspect. I've known that. There's no way that this phone is going to be their coming out party of their photography and video. So I would be buying that phone not as a creator. That one would be my daily driver, my communicator, my power. That would be like
right.
Videos. It's got the big battery. I'd be doing all my speed testing. I'd be doing all my connections, my hot spotting. You know what I'm saying? That's what I would be using that phone for.
Yeah, maybe that phone is your daily driver, and the Note 20 Ultra is your creator phone.
That sort of thing. Yeah, like I would be trying to exploit the strengths of each phone.
Right, exactly. Yeah, I support that.
And look, and that's not everybody's position. Not everybody out here is trying to own 2 or even 3 flagships. Hell, I don't want to own 3 flagships. It sounds ridiculous.
No, either.
which is why I was saying, do I own a Pixel? Even though I know it's kind of mid-range-ish, I get a Pixel, I get a creator type phone in the form of a Galaxy, right? And then I get that Motorola because I do like Motorola's, bro. Good hardware, powerful. You know, it's just weird that the cameras have not caught up. I just don't understand. If I was them, I would adopt everything Google, at least to just be competitive with camera technology and performance. Do what OnePlus did. They tried to make everything as Google as possible, and then put in a few little helpful things, you know, with Lineage OS or Oxygen OS, whatever it is.
The last Google phone that, honestly, bro, I feel good for is the 3XL, the one that P has.
The 2XL was good too. It just, people said they had bad displays.
I'm hoping the 5 is at least on par with the 3.
But the thing is your phone has flagship specs for that era, bro, and it's a good phone. It's smooth, it's butter. You know how you. That's the thing. Google was known for having flagship specs at not a hefty price point, and having that great camera technology.
But there's things that Google doesn't understand that I still don't get why.
It's because it's HTC, bro. At the end of the day.
No, why were they stuck on 4 gigs of RAM? Why have they been doing this?
Bro, when their operating system takes 16 when their operating system takes 16 gigs of hard drive of memory off the phone. Storage, yeah.
I never had memory issues on my Pixel 4 with 4 gigs of RAM. Multitasking, never had problems with app refreshes or anything.
Nor have I.
Well, you got flagship specs, Pete. But on the 4, it's memory.
He's on the 4, so
I'm on the 4 now, but I had the 3. Performance-wise, there's not a whole lot of difference between the 4 and the 3.
But on the mid-ranger, bro, you can still multitask with 4 gigs, no problem, dude.
You know, there's no reason why Google can't beat out Samsung if they really wanted to. They have more money than them. It's Google. They just choose not to. And there's, you know what I'm saying? It's just because they don't care about their phones.
Google's changed their whole perspective on their phones.
They're more software based now. They're all about software and AI and crap like that.
Google basically has one purpose. They're going after iPhone. So they're making their phones to accommodate what an iPhone user cares about. Camera. It looks okay. And it just simply works just like iOS.
Yeah, but the battery life on an iPhone is fantastic.
So is my Pixel 4 XL. I can get 6.5 hours of screen on time.
That's not what iPhones do.
I've been getting around 9.
My
on
wife
your Pixel 3 XL?
Yeah.
My wife charges her phone. She has a 10s Max. And she will put it through everything. I mean, social media, camera, video of Yasmin, casting. I mean, tons of stuff that should be draining her battery. She'll finish the day with 11%. Any Google phone would have been dead 2 or 3 hours before that because I had a Google phone. So I know what happens with these phones, you know?
I'm not as heavy of a user, but I end the day with about 15.
My Pixel 3 battery is not the greatest at all. It's just horrible. I have to charge it every,
The Pixel 3 itself wasn't good. The XL was. Same thing with the 4. The 4's not great, but the 4 XL is. So like today, 105 unlocks, 770 notifications, spin off the charger, 11 hours and 47 minutes, and I'm at 43% battery.
Look, I could be wrong, but I think that the iPhone 11, that smaller one, I think it has a battery size probably closer to like 2,300 milliamp hours, if not less. So Apple's able to do more battery life with less battery size. And it's not even close.
Bro,
Apple's operating system's better optimized than what Android is. There's no denying that.
But Tim, you told me that Apple and Google's trying to compete with Apple.
Right, they are. That's how they're designing.
Yeah, they are.
That's
why they have all the software
operating system and their hardware.
But that's not. There's more to it. There's more to Apple than the camera.
I can stream with this phone. Like when we're streaming right now, I can do let's say we stay on for 2 hours. I can do a 2-hour stream on a Pro Max and only use up about 15-20% battery. I started with 100% on this Ultra. I'm at 58% in an hour and 24 minutes.
Guys, let me ask you, when is the last app that Apple made good that everybody loved?
Every app is good, bro. It's
Apple Maps. I remember when it was released. I got this press release from Tim Cook telling people have to put a web link to Google Maps.
I mean, my point is they're not innovating any new apps really these days. You know what I mean?
What about Dark Skies? That's an innovative app.
Pete always does this, bro. He always does this.
But you get my point, you know. It's all about the camera and video and who can take the most selfies.
Look, I don't get I don't get the bubbles. I don't get any of that. But I'm just looking at it from, if I have an iPhone Max variation, right? The large phone, the one with the larger battery, the larger display. I don't think there's anything I could do to really kill it in a day. You know, it's going to go all day no matter what. Los is saying he could be on a 2-hour live stream, which would
come work for T-Mobile. It won't make it.
I don't know, man. I just know my Google phones, even the when I had the XLs, you know, it left a lot to be desired. Same thing with my Note. My Note's battery life, I have to charge it twice a day.
The Note's got too much bloatware on it. That I can completely understand.
I got a couple things from chat I want to bring up.
Go ahead.
Somebody was wondering, sorry I forget your name, if we know if there'll be any different financing options now that the merger is complete. You know, more in line with Sprint.
I'd like to see something happen with the uncarrier move. I'd like to see them change pricing and like how they finance stuff. Like
I do find the down payments I get kind of arbitrary based on whatever promotion they're running.
Well, the problem is a lot of people look at a phone that cost Carlos, what was the Ultra? How much?
$1,400.
Okay, so
$58 a month, zero down.
Okay, for you. Anybody who's a regular consumer who walks into a store, Tim, how does that work for them?
Depending on the credit class, anything over $750 is your down payment.
How much is your down payment?
Anything over the $750 threshold would be your down payment.
So almost half of it.
Yeah,
that's an expensive
plus taxes.
phone. Okay, so you might be walking out paying over $800 in a down payment on a $1,400 phone.
Because I know walking out the door for like an iPhone 11 Pro Max is $491.91 out the door with tax.
$500 is your down payment, and you're financing $750.
That's correct. So you're still paying $30 a month.
And why is that? Why is that the situation? What's the T-Mobile reason there?
I've never truly heard one explain other than generally, unless you're business class, you have excellent tenure, or you just have beyond exceptional credit, you're not getting that zero down. It's the 750 rule.
I mean, I have the credit to buy a house. I have the credit to buy as many cars as I want. I can get 50 lines at Verizon. I can get 100 lines at AT&T. You know, like my credit's very good.
But it'd probably be zero down eligibility then.
Are you sure?
Not 100, but I'm assuming.
Actually, Sneed, you're oranges. You get zero down.
I'm orange. What?
You're on my account.
Bro, look, the homie Greg has he even showed me, bro. His credit score is an 801.
Wow.
Not Credit Karma, actual FICO. All right. He went there and applied for his with his own social. They told him he had to pay down payment on the phone with an 801 FICO, dude.
My FICO is 816.
Once he linked his business account, his ITIN number for his business, it went to zero down. Why is that?
Yeah, I was going to say,
801.
When have you seen consumer accounts get zero down on a $1,400 phone. Have you seen it?
I have.
Oh, okay. So you have.
They typically have A or B credit class, and they have over 3 years tenured with T-Mobile.
Oh, that's the piece. You see that, Los? See,
What is it?
If he said that the person has to have A or B class credit and also be in good standing with the company for several years.
That's true. That's a big factor. You always have to have A or B credit. That's
So-
even with Sprint.
So basically, if you finance 2 phones before with them or several phones on the same account, they're like, oh, this person is solid. They've been with us for 3, 4, 5 years. They've had multiple lines.
So it's an additional,
Exactly.
additional credit
But that-
reference.
Yep.
Exactly.
And your
But that's
EC
the thing, though.
availability also goes up over that 3-year period.
Also, I want to say
mine
one
haven't.
thing. I want to say one thing. Banks work the same way.
The what?
Banks.
If you've taken out loans and you paid them on time or before time consistently with a bank, they'll give you better rates.
Oh yeah.
So I'll give you an example, Carlos. I've got 3 years tenure now with T-Mobile on my employee or my personal account. When I first started, I only had $1,800 to finance. Now I've got
Okay.
$3,500.
Oh, wow.
Dude, how did you get yours bumped up, bro? I've been trying to get mine bumped up.
It
Bro,
bumped
and
up
they
on
won't
its
bump-
own every 6 months.
Bro, mine never has, bro. And I financed stuff and paid it off in 2 months. 2 payments. I went into the store, boom, 1 payment, paid half. The other payment, boom, done.
I think he has some funny flag in the system.
Bro, like I've never had my. I mean, yeah, I've gone to where I'm zero down on even a $1,400 device. Yes, I have those perks. You know, even if the device is $1,500, they'll give it to me for zero down. But
I'll tell you
the
what,
limits have never gone up.
Tim, I will be perfectly honest with you. Maybe I'm wrong, man, but this is how I'm thinking as a consumer. So I've had Verizon, I've had AT&T, I've had Sprint, I've had T-Mobile. I've used all their service. It's all good with me. I've only financed phones through Verizon, and they've never told me no. And I've always walked out of the stores paying nothing except sales tax.
Hey, I've been like that with T-Mobile since I started using them.
Right, but here's why I want to go back to what he mentioned, and that was kind of a revelation. He said there's a little bit of credibility there when you have them for multiple years and they've seen you purchase with them in the past, right? If I'm a new customer from Verizon, it is imperative that T-Mobile needs to understand they need to offer what Verizon was doing for them in order to entice them to come over.
There's one key thing that most reps don't do when they run the application. You have to put in the phone number that you're transferring over because you're tenured with Verizon actually helps you. And most reps just run the application and they don't put in the number that you're porting over with the PIN number.
Do you train them on that?
Yeah, it's definitely trained, but that's probably the number one miss. And
So
it
that
causes
could help people
higher
pay
down payments than
$50.
what's necessary.
Wow. Yeah, because
So-
you're going to go from $55 a month.
Because I'll put it to you this way, that one phone number with the PIN coming from Verizon is 40% of the weight of that credit application.
Holy crap. That's
Yeah.
So somebody
It's a huge miss.
so
Operator error.
That's crazy, bro.
if somebody has like a 600 credit rating because of a or a 590 credit rating because of a bad car payment situation, but they've got top-notch credit with Verizon and they poured over, that's make or
They
break.
just got zero down across the board.
That's good to know. That's good to know, man.
And
Wow.
it's the number one most missed thing because the number one thing everyone runs into, I don't know my PIN number. Go ahead and get it. I'm not going to run the app just yet, and we'll just wait.
Man, I need my PIN number to be taken care of over the phone, and my ID is associated with the PIN.
That's the most common thing. People don't know their PIN numbers for whatever reason, that 4 or 6 digit code. But
I'm at
like in
10.
Sneed's case, you've been with Verizon, what, 15, 20 years? Run that with, your social. I guarantee you'll be zero down 100%. Probably 5,400 EC availability.
My T-Mobile PIN is 10 digits.
It's called me EC.
Electronic financing, yeah. EC availability.
Max potential, you'll be at 5,400.
Oh, so I could buy
Every line you open up, it depends on your credit class, but it'll be anywhere between 750 or 900 per line. But that they open more limit per line you open up. But the first line will always be on a credit class will be, what is it, 1,200?
It's typically the max I've seen is 980 a line. Unless it's a business account. Now I've seen business accounts as high as 17, 18 a line.
I can go 18 a line.
Look, my experiences with credit, it always goes like this. I go to buy something. They ask you, you know, what are you looking to buy? What do you want to do? This and this. I go, oh, I'm looking for this. Oh, okay. How's your credit? I say, oh, my credit's good. I can buy whatever you sell in this store. Yeah, sure. This is what they tell me, bro. Yeah, sure. They all say that. I'm like, listen, I'm not playing games with you, bro. What are you selling here that I can't buy is the question, because my credit is really good. Bro, I've never been late on a payment. I put everything to auto pay. I'm very careful about my money. I've never had debt. My credit card balances don't exceed $100 at the end of the month. You know what I'm saying? And these guys act like you can't afford stuff. Look, I'm kind of going on a rant, but it's frustrating when, I don't know, they think you can't afford it. And then you show it to them, they run your credit, they're like, oh, you're right. I'm like, yeah, what do you think, everybody has credit problems? Yeah, a lot of people do, but some people take care of their money. You know, I went into the T-Mobile store probably about 2 years ago. I'm just walking around, and I'm like, yeah, I might switch. I was thinking about taking all my lines to T-Mobile from Verizon because Verizon did something with my bill that pissed me off. They ended up giving me 3 months of credit, which turned out to be like $950. If they hadn't done that, I was going to T-Mobile. And then I walked in the T-Mobile store. This guy gets to talking. What do you want to buy? I'm like, oh, we're going to look to upgrade. I got all these phones and stuff from Verizon. He goes, yeah, you could trade it all in and do this and that and port over. And he goes, what do you want to buy? I'm like, I could pretty much buy whatever you got in here. And he goes, yeah, sure. We'll see about that. I'm like, bro, what do you think? Everybody has credit problems? You think everybody's broke? Like, why do you act like that? Rocked his world, bro. He saw my, he's like, yeah, you could pretty much buy whatever you want.
Hey,
yeah,
they're
bro,
like,
everybody's broke, man. I don't know.
They're like that until they pull up my account, and then they're like, what can we appease you with?
Well, how's your credit, Pete?
Business credit is 855, personal's 814.
What's if you guys don't mind saying, like, mine's the last I checked, there's 3 numbers, right? It's 3 of them.
You got TransUnion, Equifax, and the other one, I can't remember what it is.
Okay, there's 3 of them.
Experian.
Right? Okay,
there
I have
go.
Mine's like 795, 810, 805 or something. You know, I don't know. And I'm not trying to brag. I'm just saying, why is this guy trying to play me? Like, there's no way that this guy could have credit. That was freaking annoying. You
Heck,
know?
most of the stuff they could sell me, I could buy 4 of them and put it on a credit card and be fine.
The number one thing I always tell my teammates, the people who have money and have good credit are the ones you least expect. Because 9 times out of 10, that's the case.
But you don't need them to have money. You need them to have good credit. Right? If
they both usually run hand in hand, but
I'll tell you what, bro, I don't have a lot of cash, bro. I do have good credit, but I don't have a lot of cash. I'm a school teacher. I just know how to pay my bills on time. That's all it is, bro. People want to sell me stuff. I'm like, they're like, oh, your credit's awesome. I could get you this. I'm like, bro, I can't make the payments. What are you selling me? I'm like, I can finance it, but I can't afford it, you know? That's why I had to buy the computer I bought. I had to go on a budget. That's why I had to settle for a Chromebook my first year out of college. You know, I couldn't get a desktop.
Did I assist you in maximizing that desktop purchase?
Dude, this thing is awesome, bro. Look, it's all up in here, bro. I got it all going on. All right. I have I think it's an i7. I got 2 monitors. Bro, 2 monitors will change your life. You know how
I'm thinking of swapping mine to an ultra wide.
Well, I think if I'm gonna do something, I think I want to go OLED next time instead of LCDs. I think OLED's the way to go. Maverick says I was being profiled. Man, I hope not, bro. It's 2020. And last time
I've seen people get profiled not based on their skin color, but how they're dressed.
Yeah, I could see that, bro.
You walk in with a button down and khakis, some good looking shoes. They're not going to judge you.
So I should wear what I wear when I leave the bakery when I'm covered in flour.
You do a wife beater, torn blue jeans, and Crocs. They're not going to sell you anything, even if you make 50 credit.
Bring up the Crocs, bro.
Now hold on, not to pick on him, but what if I went into a T-Mobile store wearing those shades right there? Could I get?
They'd assume
they
you were
give me
an
credit.
customer.
Can I get financed, bro?
Yo, I need that A+ credit, bro.
If you walk into a T-Mobile store at the moment, you can get financed.
Yeah, I ain't gonna have no issues at T-Mobile.
You're just gonna call me. They're just gonna talk to me.
So I can go in there and just be like, "Yo, talk to Pete. Put you on speakerphone. Handle that business, Pete."
Yeah.
Y'all better plug him up.
Hey, look, can you guys make time? I know the situation is going on, but sometime over the summer, Vegas, can this happen? Can we all get out to Vegas?
As long as we're not on lockdown.
That's what I'm saying. If it's sometime over the summer, it's possible, right? It might happen. We might go back to normalcy.
I don't know if I could do it over the summer, maybe in the fall.
Nah, summer. You gotta say I need time off in the summer.
So you don't have to. You couldn't schedule. What the heck just happened, Carlos? What?
We're all gonna be rocking the T-Mobile.
How to bust out the Ray-Bans, bro. Yeah, what's happening, bro?
Let me tell you why this works, bro. You got the glasses with the flavor saver going on too, bro.
What's going on, bro? What's going on?
So if Carlos walked into a store dressed like that, I'd wanna run his credit.
Bruh.
Hey, Caleb, you see the question in the live chat?
But when he throws out that black card, I'd stop.
I was busy catching Carlos's shades. What's up?
Bro,
they're asking a lot of questions about the Band 41 5G testing in Philadelphia.
What's up,
Carlos? I don't know that much visibility about that because I'm not in charge of Philadelphia. I'm just gonna say just soon for everything. Just soon. Don't worry.
I can't say nothing.
Pete, that has happened to me. What you're talking about, right when I pull out, let's say even that day at the T-Mobile store, bro. Right when they saw me pull out the business gold card, bro, they were like, "Why are you financing this?" And I'm like, "Well, I'm just testing it out right now, man. And I know it takes forever for the money to go back on the card." They're like, "Bro, it's an Amex. We'll put the money back in 24 hours if you return it."
I get the same treatment.
Yeah, that's exactly what they do, bro, every time.
And every time they ask me why you're financing this, I tell them I'm buying it for someone else and they're paying me back.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to come up with something because they look at you weird because you're like, what the heck? You got a gold card, a business gold card or a business, plum card or something. And they know that those are no limit cards. They're charge cards. They can go whatever you go.
All right, guys, we're going to be wrapping this up because Ricky's starting to go off in the live chat. So that's the cue to kind of cut things off.
So Tim, I asked you today if the merger being finalized was an April Fool's joke, and you get back to me quicker than Neville.
Yeah.
He's like, it's not an April Fool's joke. It's very real.
Yeah.
Throw it up.
I asked Neville about AWS once, and he just told me no news at this time.
Hey, I'm just happy to get a straightforward answer from a C-level person saying, no, it's a joke.
You know why? Because Tim's a G, bro. G status. You call him C-level, I'm calling him G status.
He is G-level.
Yeah.
He is G-level.
Raccoonery, buffoonery, my God.
But here we go.
All right, look. Shout outs to the following
back
people.
with Tech Live.
Oh no!
In today's video,
floodgates now, bro.
And in today's video, we started a premiere today. What if this? What if that?
Oh God, poor guy.
What if? What's what if?
So, shout out to all the super chats. We got Gene G Jr., Captain MC7, Roman and the Prey, Carlos, Texas Marine, JK Video Stream, Roland, Ronald. I keep messing that name up. Brian, Gregory Merle, Cesar, Bear Jaws,
Barajas,
and Michael, aka Bed Study Finest.
Bed Stuy.
Oh. Hey, I'm just reading off typed notes.
Good job, bro. Hey, big shout out to all the patrons. Thank you guys for your continued support. There's a link in the description box if you guys want to become members of the community. The second channel, Steam Mobile Tech live streams, is also linked in the description. Twitter handle @SneedTech, and then Megadon.net. Never need another social media platform ever again. The social media platform of the future. No algorithms, no ads, no tracking. Megadon.net. And big shout out to all my moderators. Rafi holding it down. I also saw Cesar was here tonight. Pete was pretty busy in the live. Carlos, I saw you in there periodically. Who else was moderating in there today? I think Greg was in there.
And
there was a couple early on. I remember John was here.
So, real talk though. Vegas in the summer, we're all wearing those aviators Caleb is sectioning up right now.
I mean, they're like I said, bmagenta.com, man. These are only like $3, bro.
I was going to
Not
say
a
they're like
sponsor.
$3, yeah.
Not a sponsor.
Tiny.
and guess what, bro? It's the same price as getting 3 cans of ravioli.
Also, it's better than the ravioli. It doesn't lead to disappointment.
That's correct.
That's also true. Yeah, that's true.
Yes.
All right,
Bruh.
y'all. Hey, if you end up doing a live call, if you end up doing a Periscope Twitter call, tag me in there. I'll see if I can jump on and we can act the fool.
What should we call it? To ravioli or not to ravioli?
No, we
Okay,
call it
Fool's Day, April
we
Fool's
call
Day.
no, we call it the after ravioli. All right, it's an after party.
The
How
overstuffed
about
ravioli.
after Tech Life party?
Hey, what's going on, everybody?
No,
This is
you're not.
Tyrone.
No, you got way too
Today's
much.
video.
You're up way too high, bro. Bring it down.
All right.
Hey, everybody.
everybody.
This is Tyrone from Tech Life. Today we are talking
He's gonna-
about Sprint.
He's gonna
No,
delete
he's
his
cool,
YouTube
bro.
channel tomorrow.
No, he's
His
cool,
YouTube
bro.
channel.
Hey, he's just he's a cool cat, bro. We know he's cool as hell, bro.
Yep.
You know, we just do it, bro, because it'd be nice to see him. You know, like it's
We
not like
love you, Tech Life. We love you.
No, he's a cool dude.
Don't copyright flag us.
That's so bad.
What's going on,
Oh,
everybody?
God.
What's going on, everybody?
Dude, just watch. We'll change his intro tomorrow. I'll be
No.
getting.
No,
We
no,
are
we're
here on the
not have him changing it. No, that's not. That's
podcast.
I.
You know
I
what's
couldn't
gonna
do it.
happen eventually.
No, bro.
Hopefully, everybody is
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
awesome tonight.
I don't want to be part of that reason. That's why he changed his intro. No. Can't do it.
Well,
All right, guys. Let's wrap
let's
this
wrap.
up. All right, everybody, thank you for being here. Big shout out to Carlos for coming on. Tim, thank you for being here again. Caleb and Pete, you guys are awesome. Thank you guys for stopping by. Live stream Friday, probably. I won't do one tomorrow. I'm exhausted. I just want to go to sleep at some point before midnight for once.
No Bucky there, man. You're take a load off. Don't upload a video tomorrow either.
I'll probably do one, but it'll be because I can sleep in tomorrow. So maybe expect a video maybe like 9 or 10 a.m., something like that. So it's coming.
I got a 4 a.m. notification this morning, which means you were uploading at 6.
I scheduled that one. That's what I did. So that's
what's going on, everybody.
And on that,
your Sneed, your YouTube notifications are delayed a little bit. Is there any fix for that, or
all I could say is either get on Discord, or if you guys want, I could start tweeting them.
Or
I would prefer a tweet.
Okay, I'll start tweeting my. I don't want to tweet my videos because I don't want to seem thirsty, bro. Like everybody starts tweeting their own videos and stuff. I don't know. I feel
it's all good.
It's good.
It's all good.
They're doing it because the YouTube algorithm is sucking, bro. It's not it's not putting it out.
That's what I'm saying. We always tell people to share the videos and the live streams, anyways. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and start tweeting out each one of my videos because, bro, these notifications aren't getting out there, and everybody's like, where are your live streams at? I mean, I always tweet the live streams because anybody who follows me on Twitter is probably hearing the live streams.
Hey, throw up the thing.
Solo layout?
Yeah.
I can't see that.
That's the SMT live stream notification.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
It's like every other one or something. It's like not all of them, but
I get it every time.
I've actually, what's been going on with YouTube and my videos is I'm starting to be like, to get suppressed. Like my live streams are not showing up in my videos feed. People aren't getting notified with videos. It's been kind of messed up.
Hey, my recommended on YouTube has your T-Mobile and Sprint merger clears federal review process.
Awesome, bro. So, there's nothing I could do. All I could do is try to use words in my title that somehow are attractive to the algorithm. Like there's no other way. Like I try to make a good thumbnail. Like that's one thing you could say about my YouTube channel is I do legitimately try. I try to have presentation. I try to bring the facts. I try to make it enjoyable, engaging. It's community based. You know, it's all these things. I try to just collectively put together a package and a community that people enjoy. And I try to do good thumbnails and I try to make good visuals. I put music in the background so it's not, you know, super, you know, sleepworthy, you know. So I don't know. I try my best, man, but YouTube is just difficult. It's hard to win at YouTube, bro. I can't figure it out because some of my videos hit and I barely did anything. And sometimes I put everything into a video and it flops. I don't know what the recipe is.
That's odd. This live stream isn't even on my subscription page.
I'm telling you, bro. I don't know what's going on. Like, if you don't have the notifications from Twitter, you know, or whatever, it's not getting in.
Anywho.
All right, so we're done. Carlos is going to set up a Twitter call. We'll see you guys over there. On behalf of all the gents here on the screen and all of you in the live, thank you for being here. Please do like this video before you get to going. Please do share it. That would be amazing. Thank you so much. Big shout out to the replay crew. If you're watching this on replay or you watched it all the way through, in the comment section, hashtag ravioli. Thank you very much for watching. I am the SMT. These are my goons, and we'll catch you guys on the next live stream. Peace.
Peace. Ravioli.
Ravioli.